Hello! Day 25 of my 365-day challenge. Yay, 25. That was always my soccer jersey number in high school, so woo-hoo, love it. And today is about perspective. And so I love the idea of if sometimes we have things in our way, like let's say if it's a belief or I don't know, just a view on something, then sometimes it doesn't allow us to see other things, like this umbrella. Okay, let me be cheesy for a minute. Because look, if I move that, then I have this gorgeous view behind me, and then I get a whole new perspective. And I was talking to Ingle about this yesterday, and I was like, when we have a perspective, like we only see what we see. So if I'm up here, I can see all of the city, and there's this whole view and this whole experience that I get. But if I'm down in the city, which we were last night, we're looking up and the buildings are all tall and all of this, and that's all that we're seeing. And sometimes we don't know what we don't know, and the perspectives can be really different depending on how we look at it. So it's like, even right now, if you take my hat, for instance, you're looking at it through the screen, all we can see is the Adidas. But there's this whole other side back here, or even on the sides, but we can't see it. And it sounds like such a simple concept, but if we take our perspective and we shift it, then we can start to see different things. So I love that, and I love that we're up on this hill today, because I was like, oh my gosh, the perspective up here, it's so beautiful. And we can take that same idea and then apply that to like anything in life. So even yesterday when I was talking about how I was so frustrated with the taxi driver, it's like, okay, well, let's shift the perspective, which is kind of like how we reframed it. And I even said, while I was still in my pissy mood, I was like, well, something awesome better come out of this. And then we found this really cool staircase where Ingle got to take some cool photos. And I was like, okay, great. So that's how that was meant to go down. And then you shift the perspective, and then life is like constantly happening for you. So even today, if like, you know, there's any bumps in the road, which there are lots because it's like a little cobblestone road, just shift the perspective, right? And then I always think to myself, how can I like make this work for me? My friend Rhiannon is so great at that. She always like makes life work. Like whatever the situation, she's like, I'm gonna make this in my favor. And we have the power to do that, which is super cool. And our perspective, we just have a reminder of like, okay, if I just view through this lens and I just look at life this way, that's all I'm ever gonna see. But if I constantly keep broadening my mind and keep broadening like where I can look, like mentally, literally in life, it's gonna shift so much. And then you gain access to like a whole bigger planet. And it's that idea, like when we travel and we do all the things that we're doing, we can connect so much more with other people, have more compassion for people, all these other things. Because if you can't step into somebody else's world, like really you miss out, you know? So anyways, that is day 25. Yes, lucky number 25. This gorgeous view, gorgeous perspective of Barcelona. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out, for any of you guys watching. And I love you. Have a great day. Choose your perspective. Bye.